Salutations everyone, it is Matty here today, and welcome to my review for Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue. I'm super excited for this one as a giant Kingdom Hearts fan, and also, this is my first review of 2017, so be sure to strap in as we talk about many games here. And now, let's dive into this with answering a very pressing question. Is this a good starting point for Kingdom Hearts fans? Absolutely not, and that's not what the game was designed for, but I'm here to answer a question for newcomers. So yes, if you are looking to get into the Kingdom Hearts series, there is a collection coming out in March. It is the 1.5/2.5 collection, all together on one disc. Very simple, and here's a picture here so you know what order the games play in, which the game has structured in order for you already, but still, in case you were wondering, yes, there's a lot of games to play, but they are all fantastic. Kingdom Hearts is one of my favorite series of all time, and I have to say that the entire collection of 2.8 honestly left me a little bit wanting more compared to the other collections that have come out, where 1.5 and 2.5 sold for $40, and 1.5 give you a full Kingdom Hearts 1 game, as well as Chain of Memories, which I'm not a big fan of at all, so I'm not going to try to bump it up for the sake of my argument, but also cutscenes from 358 over 2 days, which I believe ended up being about 3 or 4 hours of cutscenes if I remember properly. Then you have 2.5, which is my favorite collection as it comes with my favorite Kingdom Hearts game yet, Kingdom Hearts 2, as well as Birth by Sleep, which is my second favorite Kingdom Hearts game, and then remade cutscenes for Recoded, and is my personal favorite bundle out of all the remixes. But regardless, ladies and gentlemen, that sold for $40 as well. Kingdom Hearts 2.8 sells for $60 and includes a 1 hour long backstory on the Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key mobile game. This one is called Unchained Back Cover, and don't get me wrong, it's good stuff, but it's about an hour long, and it leaves you just wondering what happened. And that's someone who's a big Kingdom Hearts fan. This is telling the backstory before the Keyblade Ward even happened, so way in the beginning, and it left so many plot holes that are obviously going to be answered in Kingdom Hearts 3. A lot of this game is setting up Kingdom Hearts 3, and I've been waiting for this game for so long, and it just added more plot threads to an already very confusing story, which I don't think they really needed to do, but still, I'm very excited to see how the Master of Masters plays into this, how Luxu plays into this, what's he hiding inside the box, but also some of the story's answers lie within the mobile tie-in game. So I don't know if this was exactly designed to get people to play the mobile tie-in game Unchained Key, or if it was really to tell a story, because some answers you get over there, some answers you get just through the movie. Regardless, it's a good watch, and the ending left me pretty mad. On to the biggest highlight of the package for Kingdom Hearts fans, which is Kingdom Hearts 0.2 Birth by Sleep, a fragmentary passage. I know it's a mouthful, but you play as Aqua, you played as her in naturally the first Birth by Sleep game. What this entry in the Kingdom Hearts franchise serves as is filling in a lot of plot holes with, for example, Kingdom Hearts 1, something that happened in Chain of Memories, as well as how this is going to tie into Kingdom Hearts 3 and what's going to happen in the prologue of that game. Because as I said, this is pretty much you paying for the Kingdom Hearts 3 prologue, if I'm honest. And don't get me wrong, as a Kingdom Hearts fan, those final about 25 minutes, I had the biggest smile on my face. I was so happy with the end result. But the pressing question is obviously how this plays. It's on a brand new engine. We haven't really gotten a fresh, brand new, not just remake, but a brand new Kingdom Hearts entry in ages. So how exactly is this one playing out? Oh my god, it is absolutely wonderful. I had a blast playing it, I have to be honest. It was a little too short for my taste. I expected a little more from the experience itself because I finished at about 2.5 hours. I understand I expected it to be short. My expectations weren't through the roof, but I was really hoping for it to be a much longer experience, not for the sake of just quantity, but just because it ends right as it starts. The first hour or so, it's constantly holding your hand, stopping with tutorials, cutscenes, and I know Kingdom Hearts is a lot of storytelling, don't get me wrong, but in such a short experience, it feels like that last hour and a half or so is really when things start to pick up and get intense and interesting, but that first hour in such a short experience really drags down the overall product. Also, they introduced this new objective system, which is something I'm a big fan of, and I do hope they include in future Kingdom Hearts games, presumably Kingdom Hearts 3, as long as there's nothing else, which I'd imagine there can't possibly be. I really like this because it adds a lot of context to these worlds, and a big part of Kingdom Hearts is exploring worlds, so this seems like a good groundwork moving forward. You can also customize Aqua for the first time in the Kingdom Hearts series. You're actually able to put on clothing to your character, where yes, in previous games you could put on new keyblades and equipment, but you really couldn't see the change cosmetically aside from the keyblade itself, where in this game you're actually seeing new pieces of armor and stuff appear on Aqua, which was different, and I hope this gets built upon even more because some of the weird accessories they had in the game just didn't say to me like, oh, that's really cool, or oh, she looks awesome. It was more so like, this is just so goofy. And so I hope it's not just a one-off for this game, because I could see some awesome customization coming from the future Kingdom Hearts 3. Overall though, it took a little bit getting used to Kingdom Hearts 0.2's combat system, because I was coming off of Final Fantasy 15 as my last Square Enix JRPG, and a lot of people compared those two games in the terms of combat, where I feel like Final Fantasy 15 had more of a flow where you could warp strike from enemy to enemy, where in Kingdom Hearts it's more of a, you lock on, you focused on someone, and if you want to switch targets, you'll hit R2 and you'll flip right to someone else and start continuing that combo with them. It's also about timing, patience. You can see a lot of layers of strategy being added in. I don't know who at Square Enix though thought it was a good idea to remap, instead of having square be the aerial recovery button, it's now circle, and it's impossible to adjust to. I constantly hit square to aerial recovery, which is when you get hit and you're staggered in midair. You press square usually and you do a backflip and you recover so that you can hopefully escape from the attack that's coming your way. But it took me so long to find out, oh, I gotta hit circle to do this. Right. Regardless though, the particle effects are absolutely breathtaking when you go into like the Spellweaver mode, or when you're teaming up with King Mickey later on and you're just doing these epic attacks. Boss fights are another highlight once again in the Kingdom Hearts series, so it's great to see they still have that, as well as the amazing tracks. The brand new tracks that you can listen to in 0.2 are also fantastic. Overall, as a Kingdom Hearts fan, I'm very satisfied with 0.2, but as a critic, I have to say that quite honestly, the beginning drags it down. There's some weak customization there. It feels like filler in the beginning, constantly just dragging on the experience, when the second half of the story is really the only story told, because there's some kind of tedious objectives that don't take long to do, but they're just not really well thought out, such as like, oh, hit 5 of these and time will reverse. Okay. The last bit of the package is Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, which is the 3DS game that came out a couple of years ago. It's now been put on the PS4, and it's in 60 FPS, which I didn't realize how badly Kingdom Hearts really needs that. And also 1.5 and 2.5, which are coming out next month, as I said, are going to be in 60 FPS as well. But still, this is a very smooth action title, and it really helps to play this game with 2 thumbsticks, because I remember playing it on the 3DS. It wasn't bad. I actually liked this title a lot, but I have to say that the combat and stuff was very janky and just not that fun, because it was constantly a struggle to get it to work, where at least in Dream Drop Distance on 2 thumbsticks, you can really move around a lot easier. Here's what kind of sucks about bringing Dream Drop Distance to the PS4 and then selling this entire package for $60, is that with Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and Kingdom Hearts 2.5, they came with the final mixed version of both those games, meaning that you were getting additional content that the West had never seen before. With Dream Drop Distance, you're getting a technical upgrade. The game looks a lot better, runs better, of course. The game never really struggled technical-wise anyway. The main issue, though, is that we're not getting anything new, so we're paying for a remake, an hour movie, and 2.5-hour prologue, $60. And honestly, even as a giant Kingdom Hearts fan, I can't just justify that because, oh, well, it's for the real fans. No, we're still paying an insanely high price for very minimal content, especially because Dream Drop Distance, its full narrative as you drop between Riku and Sora, can be finished in about 25 hours. Don't get me wrong, yes, there's a second playthrough you can do on a critical difficulty if you really are crazy enough to do that, but it's not like, for example, Kingdom Hearts 1 or 2 Final Mix, as well as Birth by Sleep, where once you beat the game, there was also the secret bosses that you could check out. Secret bosses we'd never seen before. I'm sorry, but just me personally, I cannot recommend this entire product as much as I loved each experience. It's such a small amount for $60. If you are looking to get into the Kingdom Hearts franchise, just wait for a price drop on this and proceed to pick up 1.5 and 2.5 as a collection, because you'll be playing those for a while, and by the time you're finally done with those, this will be at an appropriate price, I promise you. But that's if you're a newcomer. If you are a current Kingdom Hearts fan, you're still debating on it, save your money for a little bit. This is a title that if you are very interested in the Kingdom Hearts universe, that you are going to want to play at some point down the line to understand and really just get hyped for Kingdom Hearts 3. Seriously, once again, I'm not going to minimize this, but I was incredibly stoked at the ending for 0.2. But with that said, it's still a very high price, and I really think that you guys should hold your money for maybe some bigger titles that'll give you more bang for your buck. But definitely, if you're a diehard Kingdom Hearts fan, consider picking this up at a later date, because at a cheaper price, you'll definitely get your money's worth. Anyway, I hope you guys found this review informative. I'm going to be reviewing Resident Evil 7 later on this week, so don't worry about that, but I wanted to make sure I got the games I'm done with already out of the way and started to proceed onwards with other titles, because, well, we're going to be freaking busy going forward. So thank you guys for checking this out. If you have any questions, as always, fire away in the comments down below. I'm more than happy to help you guys out and answer them to give you the most informative reviews possible. Other than that, be sure to follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook. The links are, as always, in the description down below. Check out sugarbomb.com, the place by Bethesda fans for Bethesda fans. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.